quick video before I start the day today. Recording this on February 26th. It's the beginning of Lent, and a lot of my friends are swearing off various things for Lent. Although some of these things are not, I don't like the way they're expressing it. One of my friends wants to give up smoking for Lent, but I wish he had put in something to the effect of at the end of the 40 days, he wants to objectively evaluate how he felt those 40 days and think about whether or not he wants to go back to smoking. I tried to suggest this to him, and he said that it would make him very nervous to think about this during the 40 days. So we'll have to wait till the end of the 40 days. I'll check in with him, but I hope he seriously gives... If giving up smoking is your idea of Lent, I want you to have this at the back of your mind at the end of 40 days. But I am actually going to go on a fast. Completely, not just during the day or during certain hours. Not for 40 days, but as long as I can comfortably do. And I'm going on this not because of health or spiritual reasons. Well, actually, maybe for spiritual reasons. But because of a problem I had. And I want to show that I have some control over my food to myself. A couple weeks ago, I was looking at my performance review. I'm teaching at a university. I was looking at my performance review, and I noticed one of my students had put in some not so pleasant remarks, and I kind of know why he was upset at me. They were all out of 10 students. I had 9 good ones, and then that one bad one, and I think everybody else there is happy with me. But what had happened was one evening right after class, I got off class at 9 p.m. For that particular lecture. I had gone to the break room and had heated up some food in the microwave and was getting ready to eat. And I usually don't expect students to chime in on me at 9 p.m. because I have office hours before the class every. This was 3 times a week, I was anxious to get back to my food, and to make a long story short, I tried to shove him out of the door by answering in a very rushed way. I could have told him that, come back to my office hours on Tuesday and not budge about answering, and that might have been a little bit more legitimate than trying to rush through the answer. But it just goes to show that I'm out of control with my eating habits. That wasn't the only time where a rush to eat has caused me to a lot of grief. When I was working on my PhD, I had a big problem with meeting up with my advisor because during the conversation I thought it was ending and I could go out to get my food. And all of a sudden she had one more thing, and one more thing, and one more thing. And one time I actually blew up while talking to her in the office, and student life got involved, and everybody just thought I was an idiot for doing that just because I wanted to go out to eat. And my advisor was very upset. She said I could have just said, I want to go out to eat, and she would have accepted that. She didn't really have that much to say. She's very talkative sometimes. Certainly nothing terribly urgent at that moment. Where else does this come up? Basically, I don't really have a binge eating problem. I have a rush eating problem. When I'm craving something to eat, when I'm getting ready to eat, and I'm being interrupted at that. I hate to say this, but I've actually gotten in trouble with the law a couple times over this. When I was 18 years old, I used to like to walk about 2 miles from my parents' home to a grocery store. We live in a suburb of Pittsburgh, and it's a relatively small town, I would say. I used to go there a lot, and one time I had gotten there, was getting ready to get my favorite food, and I realized I forgot to bring my wallet, and I got so frustrated that I cussed at a number of people there. I shouted obscenities. I think I knocked over a few things on a shelf. Come to think of it, before that incident, I was kind of popular there. I had a number of friends. I could have asked somebody to loan me a few bucks. I don't know why I got so worked up and rushed and frustrated. Anyways, long story short, by the time I got home, I thought for sure I was in so much trouble. And I listened to the answering machine, and sure enough, the local police had called, because this is a small town, everybody knows everybody, and I deleted the message and just pretended nothing happened. But I didn't go back to that store for over a year. Actually, I ended up having to walk 3 miles to another store, and I thought for sure the whole time the police were, for the over a year, the police were looking for me. And when I was applying for going to school at Rochester Institute of Technology, where I worked on my PhD, and they had to do a background check, I thought, oh, this is going to come up, and I'm going to have to take care of it, and it didn't. So for a year and a half, 2 years, I had this big weight on my shoulders. Like, is this ever going to show up? And so anyways, I'm gonna try to go on at least a 1 week fast, just to show that, or maybe not a week, but enough to show that I have control over this matter. And plus, fasting has a number of other health benefits as well, and it'll put me in some company with other people who are doing other things. Thanks for watching.